Yasu Malagedo. Welcome to the Malaka podcast. The worst job I've ever had. Part 6. Ladies and gentlemen, I've had some bad jobs in my day, but I'm not going to lie to you. This isn't the worst one. But after a while, you think to yourself, how worse can a job be? I mean, the purpose of going to a job is obviously you make money, but you still want to have a good time. You still want to think that people will respect you. They'll respect you in your profession, and they'll, look through a lot of bullshit and see that you're trying to do the best you can with what you're given. And all I got to say is this. The number one word that I can think of for this recent job and all this bullshit that I had to go through with this Fakata security company was and is the word organization. Organization. Really think about that word. I'm going to do a podcast on it one day, for sure. For sure. I'll eventually run out of ideas and I'll just, go in the dictionary and just go one by one, from whatever, A to zebra. And it's very important to have, things organized in a job. It really is. It makes everything work that much better. It makes people happier. It makes the people that live in condominiums happier. But if there's no organization, it fucks up everything for everybody. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a good holiday. I just started mine, and I'm going to get into why I'm just basically starting my holiday. So, let's begin. No Wikipedia this time. This is just me talking. Off the scuff, off the cuff, whatever the fuck they call it. I don't care at this point. I'm just going to enjoy the rest of the days of 2021. Let's hope that 2022 is... another wave is coming. People have to get another shot. Okay, so let's hope it's not as shitty and, COVID doesn't kill us and, by the time 2030 hits, I don't know. What's going to kill us first? The COVID or, the Leafs, disappointing us every fucking year. The Toronto Maple Leafs, you guys, I don't know, we're paying, what, $150 if you're lucky to get a seat, go in the fucking parking lot. It never ends with you guys. It never ends with COVID, and it never ends with these bullshit jobs with me. So, again, I'm going to get into it. Let's do this. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've been doing security as of January 2022. 14 years. I have seen some shit that'll turn you white, or in my case, black, to quote the great Ernie Hudson in Ghostbusters. Beautiful line, by the way. And this last Ghostbusters was excellent. Did a whole podcast about it. You fuckers out there, you just bitch and complain. Oh, it's too sad, it's too sappy. Ba-fungool. Now, the most important thing before you get a job is what? That's right, you guessed. A good interview. It's important to prep yourself for an interview. You look nice. Even during these crazy times during COVID, you still want to look good. Even from the waist up. Nobody knows you're wearing pants. Nobody gives a shit. Who cares? I mean, honestly, even if the guy does that or the woman does that, whatever, they get questioned on it. If they get called on it, they're going to look bad. And then it's like, well, why wouldn't I wear any pants? Oh, what's your problem? Blah, 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 blah. So, it's a joke on everybody. Nobody cares. Everybody's saving a shit ton on ironing. So, I'm like, okay, I got my references, check. Good resume, check. It's in English, check. Awesome. So, I think to myself, we're good. We're all set. If people start calling me, let's do this. make some extra Christmas money, got my other side jobs. It's all good. Perfect. Here's the thing though. I'm not going to even say out of my 14 years, almost 14 years of doing security, but in all my 39 years, and yes, I'm going to be 40. And yes, I know I don't show it. You know, I'm like the next Paul Rudd. I get it. If he was bald. But I didn't get an interview. That's right. I got absolutely no interview. Okay, not in person, not over Zoom, not even over the phone. Everything was done through email. Basically, a lot of back and forth. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. But I never got an official interview. Ladies and gentlemen, how can you hire someone without asking them a bunch of questions? How are you? Where are you from? What's your background? How long have you been doing security? Do you speak English? You know, just simple things. Simple things. Never got one interview. Nothing. First time in my 39-year-old life. Crazy. So, of course, I automatically thought, you know what, this job is going to be absolute shit. I'm definitely going to be working with at least a few idiots. But you know what? Who cares? It's not that bad working for morons. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if you work for a moron, and if they're doing stupid shit, if you do stupid shit, one, nobody's going to notice. And two, who cares? They're morons. It doesn't matter. You know, you're just going to go in there, do your thing, and that's it. It's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. And it's only temporary, which is nice. Right before the Christmas break, like I said, make some extra money, no problem. So the one guy, again, you know, see, to avoid, you know, lawful prosecution, I know I didn't say that right, but I'm tired. I've already had a pretty rough day of doing nothing. But how can I say this? Because I don't want to say names. I don't want to say names of companies. I don't want to get in shit. So, and again, you know, you look at this company's name, and, you know, it's not like the last one I mentioned. You know, it wasn't like, okay, they maybe thought about this. This sort of sounds kind of cool, you know. How can I put this? Let's say if I was going to open a French fry store, okay? You know, you wouldn't just call it a French fry store, right? I mean, you would, you know, come up with some cool shit. You know, be like a, I don't know, Toad's Kooky Fries or Mario's Marvelous Poutine. Sorry, I'm looking at my Nintendo shit. That's where I'm getting these ideas. But yeah, you know what I'm saying, right? I mean, you come up with some cool shit, you know? So like I said, I've worked, you know, concierge, security, lots of times, you know? But good luck Googling this name in Google because, you know, so much shit will pop up, you know? So, you know, it's not the best name. It really isn't, you know, which again, it tells you a lot about the company. And once again, I never actually met the person who, I guess, technically emailed me back. Not for another month, but we're going to get into that in a little bit. Never met the two people who actually own the company. Again, I'm going to get into that in a little bit. But let's just say this. I've worked condos. I've worked concierge. And everyone has heard of Murder, Inc. So, put all three of those together. What do you got? The Circle of Life. Which is a person that, again, did not give me the interview, but, you know, clearly is not uncomfortable around cliffs. Which, if you see the size of him, it may be so. But the point is, okay, still a good guy. You know, doesn't quite know how to, promise a job to someone, So, he says, okay, I'm going to give you this job. You want it? Sure. 3-4 days go by. Nothing. Nothing happens. Absolutely nothing. So then I go, well, when do I start this job? And he says, what job? And I go, the job you promised me 3-4 days ago. And he goes, oh, that's gone. We have to give it to someone else. Pardon me? Oh, yeah, we had to give it to someone else. We had to fill it up quick. I go, well, you asked me quick. You gave me the job quick. You actually didn't interview me, but you still gave me the job, right? And he goes, well, I never promised you the job. And I go, pardon me? I have an email that says otherwise, So again, guys, it's very important to have an actual job interview because it's part of having to get the job. It's kind of, So again, I'm already in fast company here. So I'm like, oh, God, like, how do you what happened? And he goes, well, I never promised you the job. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, you said that already. I know, you don't have to rub it in. I'm in fast company here. So I go, okay, so what do we do now? Do you want to give me another job and take it away? I mean, what the fuck are we doing here? So he says, in English, because I'm really trying to comprehend what, happened the last couple of movements here. But he says, okay, so there's another job coming up. We need someone to help with packages. I'm like, okay, that's fair. Is it a lot, a little? Oh, no, you're partnering up with someone else, 4 hours one shift and 4 hours in the afternoon. Okay, no problem. No problem. Tells me the amount. He's like, 120 packages. I'm like, that's nothing. Okay, I've worked with 2-3 people doing that. It's going to be a lot of downtime. No problem there. That's why I took it. Because I figured, fuck it. It's going to be short. Maybe it'll lead to something better. We're going to get to that in a little while. But as you can tell by the tone of my voice, this job does not get any better. So, I figured, okay, you know what? Let's do it. I wake up that morning and I actually thought to myself, should I screw this guy over the same way he screwed me over? Because I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, so you promised me one job, took it away. I promised to do this job. How much of a dick would I have to be to do it back to him? And I really thought about it. I laid in bed. I set my time, hit the snooze about 2-3 times. Probably 5-6. And I'm like, okay, But you know what? I'm like, no, I can't do that. And I'm not trying to sound like I'm taking the moral ground or whatever, but I'm like, you know what? Worst case scenario, I'm going to go in there. If I don't like it after one day, I'm out. I'm not going to lie to you guys, or ladies and gentlemen, because you have to say that now because then it sounds sexist and it's a whole fucking millennial thing, whatever. The point is, and yeah, I know I'm a millennial, but again, that's like calling Steph Curry black. The point is, okay, I want to be a man of my word. I'll go in there. I've left jobs while I'm on the job, because they told me, someone told me years ago, if you don't feel safe at your job, get the fuck out of there. And I've always remembered that. And I would give that same advice to anybody out there. If you don't feel safe at your job, get out of there. It's not worth it. And I'm not just talking like life-threatening. I'm just talking about in general. Like if you're not happy at your, whatever job you do, I get it. Like in this day and age, especially during COVID, you got to do what you got to do. But at the same time, like, I don't know, you have to pay for it with your life. You know what I mean? So just get out of there. So, but anyways, I figured, fuck it. I'll go. It's all good. Worst case scenario, I'll just leave. So I go there. I see the guy there. He's a nice guy. He looked like Patrice O'Neal. I'm not going to lie. I even told him that, It's funny too, because like even in this day and age, like we work with people and like we could work with someone for a while and just meeting them. and we don't even know what they look like because of the mask, right? And it's fucked up because at one point, like, I think like 2-3 days later, he took off his mask. Okay, so then I get to see like what he actually looks like, and it's just weird. Again, this is the world we're living in, so he had a little bit of a goatee, he's in his mid-20s. I don't know, he'll learn how to grow it out, whatever. And, he looked a lot like Patrice O'Neal. Now, if you know who Patrice O'Neal is, he's a very funny comedian that we lost way too soon. Fucking hilarious. You just got to see that one clip of him on Tough Crowd. You see it on YouTube with Colin Quinn hosting there. And him and Kevin Hart were really close. And Kevin Hart was just going on and on about something. And, Patrice O'Neal was a way bigger guy than Kevin Hart, like most of us are. And, he's just going on and Patrice is like, I'll shut him up. And he grabs Kevin Hart, puts him on his lap, and like it literally looks like a puppet. Like, it's fucking hilarious. Like, guys, you got to check it out. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, you got to check it out. All right. So, anyways, but for some reason he sounded like the bartender in Forgetting Sarah Marshall. The guy that was from South Central, and he told the whole story. He was, like happy as a bartender now, which again proves my point. If you are happy doing your job, it's not a job.
What the hell is wrong with you two? You gotta move on.
I hear you say that, but it's not that easy. Okay?
Oh, it's that easy, promise you it is. I live in South Central, and I hated it. So I moved to Oahu. Now I can name you over 200 different kinds of fish.
No, you can't.
Oh, yes, I can.
Yeah, you cannot.
G, ghost piper fish, grill fish, dollar fish, grouper fish, greenback.
What's the state fish of Hawaii?
Huma nuka nuka apua. Yeah, bitch.
Shit. First off, I watched this movie in a while. I forgot how fucking funny this movie was. Second, yeah, he does kind of look like this guy, but I'm sorry, man. I love you. Anyways, this guy actually was a really good guy, and like this is another example of like I've worked with a lot of people that are just I don't know, what do you call it, like fucked up, But this guy, like smart dude, told me how he used to play basketball, and he's kind of like an IT guy. He's smart with computers, and I don't know. Like I grew up with like Family Matters, and that was the only black nerd I knew. But I mean, this guy was like hardcore as well. He was into like all this magic shit, and those card games used to play in the 90s, and now I think people still play them. And he tells me people enter in tournaments and shit, and I don't know. He's really into the Chinese taffy gum, whatever. The point is that this guy is a good dude. So I'm like, okay, you know what? It's rare that you meet someone, that you work with for 8 hours, literally like a few feet away from each other, and you get along. So everything worked out great. Okay, so he's cool. So that's the first step. Good. Done. Awesome. And here comes the next step, which is your environment, like where you have to work, And I'm looking around this place. I mean, this place is, it makes no fucking sense. I don't know. I mean, like there's chips in the walls. There's like all these like weird, I don't know, like globe chandeliers. It's very 80s. I don't know. I feel like someone's just gonna bust out a line on the table and just go nuts. But again, I don't know. They say it's only 14 years old. It's fucking bullshit. Again, you could see like they did not put a lot into this building. And fuck. My buddy here, he's going to feel me on this one for sure, because, we've all been feeling this. There's no fucking bathroom on the main floor. I mean, there is, but for some reason, it hasn't worked in a very long time. We're talking long time. And, a lot of you people out there, who can hold pisses in for 8 hours, good for fucking you. But, for the rest of us, we probably go to the bathroom every 2-3 hours, at least. All the toxins, all the beautiful sugar drinks. And, there was a gas station that had great Slurpees, and Slurpees, it's one of my weaknesses. So, I'm guzzling down one of those. Like I'm pissing all day, So, but here's the catch though. So, apparently this bathroom has been out of service for probably close to 4 years. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Greek Italian. Okay, I just got to make one phone call. That shit will be fixed in 2 to 3 hours, tops, and I'm including smoke breaks. So I'm thinking to myself, why have they not fixed this bathroom? So I'm there one shift, and my partner, he goes to the 7th floor or 8th floor to take a piss, because that's exactly what we had to do. Assuming both elevators worked, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But so I'm sitting at the desk, and then all of a sudden, this random guy shows up. He's wearing shorts, and keep in mind, guys, it's winter. I get it. Maybe you come from the gym, and then you're still hot, and before you take a shower, you just want to cool off outside. I don't know that feeling. I haven't been to the gym since when did Y2K happen? And he shows up out of nowhere. He just comes behind the desk, and he starts just filling around the computer, and I'm like, hey. He's like, hey, man, how's it going? How's it? Hey, yeah. Like, it's going. It's going good. How are you? Oh, okay. You're good? Okay, that's good. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude or nothing, but who are you? And then he says, oh, I'm, so-and-so, I'm part of the board. I'm like, oh, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I heard a story one time where, some guy worked a midnight shift, and, a couple of people came in, and they were like, hey, we're here to pick up the piano. Well, there's no thing about the picking up the piano. It's okay. We talked to, whatever the fuck. It's fine. Okay, sure. Go ahead. And the next day, of course, the guy gets fired because, some 3 people just randomly stole a piano. Now, I say this story because, this guy showed up out of nowhere. He said he was whatever. I'm new there. I'm like, cool, whatever. Like in my head, I'm like, as long as the check clears, I don't give a fuck. Whatever. I really don't. I'm being honest with you. I've been doing this for a very long time. I'm gonna assume, this guy, I didn't see any pianos around, so I'm safe there. But this guy, he just wanted to print out some shit, and whatever, very, very hairy. Very. I mean, he made Robin Williams look like the Swedish swim team. But anyways, and then I asked him. It's just me and him. I go, listen, I've been doing this for a long time. Why the fuck isn't the bathroom working? We got to go all the way up and da da da. And then he says, well, I'm going to be honest with you. We could fix the bathroom, but it's on, I don't know, he went into a whole thing, like something about like the floor not being level or enough. And I'm like, it's, I don't know. Like for some reason I thought of that image in Ghostbusters when like the earthquake happened, like before they went into the building to get the ghosts, whatever. I don't know why I thought that, but I'm thinking to myself, like, the floor is fine. I went in there and I don't know, I've never seen a toilet with a chain rope, but that looks fine. But then he said, look, I'm going to be real honest with you. We do it because we don't want the residents using the bathroom. I'm like, really? And he said, yeah, they come in here and, they party on the weekends and they forget to go to the bathroom in their place, and they got to come here and then they mess it up, and, other people want to use the bathroom, and, and I'm thinking in my head, like, this motherfucker, I mean, he is, like, these guys are so fucking cheap. I mean, like, let's just forget the 1984 wallpaper and paint. But, like, on top, like, you won't fix a bathroom just, like, think about if you're renting out a condo there, which I can't fucking imagine. I mean, we're going to get into that in a bit, too. But, like, just imagine, like, this is how much, like, the association gives a shit about you. Like, they won't fix it because they don't want you guys messing it up. So that tells you alone, like, what, like, the association, like, cares about your building. All right? So that, I mean, that's a slap in the face, man. I've never heard that. I've never seen that before. Every building I've worked at, there's been at least one bathroom on the ground floor. Sometimes you got to go in the back. Sometimes it's literally right behind the desk. There's like a hidden wall. You know, it's cool. But I've never heard that. Like such lack of respect for the people at the condo. I mean, right there alone, it tells you these guys don't give a flying fuck about you. They don't. They don't give a shit. It is fucking pathetic. You guys are pathetic. And there's another guy I worked there as part of the association. Again, this guy never like it seems to be a theme too with this building specifically. Nobody introduces themselves. Like you know, you meet somebody and you go, "Hey, how's it going? I'm so and so. Nice to meet you. I'm so." You know, I get it. You know, we're all behind the computer and phone here. You know, but there is a person that you're actually talking to in real life that exists. And you have to actually acknowledge them, especially if you're, you know, well, I mean, I was going to say on top, but, you know, it's nobody respected this guy either. We'll get into that in a bit. But yeah, nobody liked this guy. Again, I can't say his name, you know, because of legal purposes. I will say this, though. There is a famous superhero show out there. Apparently he dresses in green. And he likes to shoot arrows. So I think it's pretty obvious what the name is there. So this guy, let me tell you something. I mean, he looked like, you know, a Malakias to the fifth power here. I mean, he kind of looked like Patsy from Sopranos. You know, geez. This guy's just a piece of work, man. Again, you know, this guy asked me to like hand out notices to residents, like at certain doors. And he says, slide under the door. Now, what this dickhead doesn't know is that you can't slide certain papers under doors. You just can't. Like it's one of those doors where it has like the little piece of wood in front and you can't slide anything underneath. You know, sometimes, maybe the odd time you can. But a lot of people put mats on the other side of the door and just the way the door is, you just can't, you know? And he was very specific. Like I even had to video record myself doing it and trying to tell him, listen, Malakinas menos, listen, I can't do this, okay? And he keeps saying, and it's funny because like it's impossible to do, but then when someone says, oh, try your best. Okay, well, you know, I could try to, you know, pull a Superman and make the world go in reverse and go back in time. I can't do that. But I'll try my best. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, you know, very rude, very, you know, he would tell people not to swear, but then he would swear in front of us. Like, it's very weird. And then he was always around this one girl who apparently, she was a part of the association as well. Picture if like Macy Gray had a kid with Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys. I know, right? I'm telling you, it's fucking creepy. But, you know, try to walk away and I stumble. So all I'm saying is, like, she's, you know, a little ubats. I mean, she has no idea what's going on. At one point, she comes to the desk, and she told us, like, she wanted something for her apartment. She didn't even know her own fucking number in her apartment, you know. Again, she's one of these people, you know, do as I say, not as I do. She's swearing at the desk, oh, I shouldn't do that. And, you know, nobody's wearing a mask properly, and that's a whole fucking thing. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Oh. Yeah, so, you know, all of a sudden we're working with, you know, a really stupid version of Lola Falana and Vic Damone. And, yeah, I mean, these two are just a disaster, you know. Also, one thing I got to say for the residents there, not only am I very disappointed that they won't actually fix a bathroom for you, but here's the honest truth about the elevator, all right? So you guys are going to love this. So the elevator could have easily been fixed. And again, if you live in a condo or apartment building and you got 3 elevators for the most part, and one of them's out, forget it. It's, you know, you must just have one elevator. You know what I mean? It's going to take forever. Because during the day, people could use it on service. And that's another thing. They had construction going there. You know, people just making a mess all over the place. And It's just horrible. And yeah, by the way, guys, if somebody out there works construction, okay, you got to clean up your shit after, okay? Don't be one of these guys that leaves all your wrappers and tinfoil and dust, and you got to clean your shit up after. You know what I mean? Like it's standard shit. Like I don't want to hear no excuses like, oh, they have cleaners or whatever. No, Malaka, you got to fix it yourself. You got to clean it up after and make sure it looks like the same way it was before. Plain and simple. So, this elevator was out for a good, I'm going to say, week and a half, which is an eternity if you live in a condo, especially if you come home after a hard day's work between 5 and 7. It is brutal. We had lineups, guys. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Insane. Like people, I would say some people probably waited anywhere between 20 to 30 minutes just to go upstairs to their apartment. That's how bad it was. Imagine coming home, seeing a lineup in your lobby, and you're thinking, oh, okay, something's wrong. There's a fire or whatever. And there was a fake fire alarm, whatever. We'll get into that in a bit. And, motorcycles going by. And it's insane. I mean, that's the last thing you want to see. 10 to 15 people lining up for an elevator, when you work your ass off. And here's the honest truth, guys. I found out that they could have easily had the part the next day, if not the day after, but they had to order a certain part, they said, which, guys, I'm telling you, is complete bullshit, okay? You ask any elevator operator, okay? For the most part, worst case scenario, maybe a day it takes to get fixed. Maybe. I've worked in buildings where something goes wrong. I make a phone call. The guy's there in 1-2 hours, fixes it, 2-3, boom. That's it. These guys are so fucking cheap, okay? They don't want to fix the bathrooms. They don't want to fix the elevators. They don't give a shit. Anybody that lives in that building, okay, I'm telling you right now, they don't give two flying fucks about you. They do not care. Do not care. Do not give a flying fuck about you. Okay? And it got to a point where they were blaming us for the elevators. Coming up to the desk. What the fuck is it with these elevators? Why isn't this shit working? I don't understand this. How come you guys aren't fixing it? Because I'm not a fucking elevator fixer. That's why. It's bullshit. It really is. And I get it. Like, if you're concierge security, you got to take a lot of the blame. That's part of your job. I get that. That's cool. But at the same time, I mean, how much can you take? It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. Security there, it is what it is. We do our best, But at the same time, I mean, it's not organized. Like I said before, organization is key to anything in life, especially if you're working at a condo. And if you're a manager there or, whatever, you got to make sure all these things are right. You have to. I mean, I feel really sorry for anybody that lives there. And there's some good people that work there, some really good people. But unfortunately, they have to put up with some really stupid management. And I thought it was me for a while. But then a few days later, someone called the desk. A partner was gone, taking his, 40-minute shit. That had nothing to do with the elevators. But the point is, I've been there. After going to Mandarin, forget it. The point is, someone called the desk, and they said, is that person there? I go, no, he's not. He's not around. Can I take a message? And I remember her saying, just straight up, she said, you know what? He's a fucking idiot. He has no idea what he's doing. That and the other broad has no idea how the fuck to run this building. And there was a pause, and I go, thank you. And I was like, at least one person in the building feels my pain. And when you're the concierge of a very shitty building, ladies and gentlemen, that means everything. So, the morning guy, afternoon guy, early afternoon guy is cool. No problem with him. Good dude. And then, he warns me a little bit about the guy that comes in the afternoon. He's a little older. He's set in his ways, da. I saw no problem with him. I really don't. He, how can I describe who he looked like? So picture like Colonel Sanders with not that much hair, no glasses, normal suit. Instead of white, it's black. And he's Indian. That's it. I mean, he actually looked pretty youthful. I mean, I thought at one point he was way older, but then he told me his age was around, 50-something, Speaking of ages, I don't know, like at one point we were just talking about, families and all that. And he said his kid was going to come in on one day a week on Sunday or something. And he said, and like we're just talking, and like I said something like, oh, okay, so like how old's your kid, And he goes, I don't know. I go, excuse me? He goes, I don't know. I'm not gonna attempt to do an Indian accent, and for one, I'm too tired, and two, I don't want to get any more shit than I already am. But yeah, so I'm like, okay, so like you don't know your kid's age, and then there's a pause, and then I go, okay, he has to be at least 19 because he's got the security license, right? And he goes, oh yeah. He's 19 plus. And I go, excuse me? And he's like, yeah. He's he's at least 19 plus, And I go, so I start laughing. I'm like, so you don't even know your kid's age, And he goes, I almost went to an Indian accent there. Yeah, nice try. But I'm like, how the fuck do you not know your kid's age? And he goes, like, I don't know. I just, like, I don't know my wife's birthday. Like, I don't want to keep track of this shit. And, I'm like, all right, no one's attacking you. I'm just saying, like, it's just, it's just funny. It's like, I make the money and I'm like, all right, I believe you, But I thought he was a funny guy. I don't know. So he helped me get a good deal on a cell phone and helped me switch over there to, fucking Telus, man. Holy cow. I mean, talk about the... bending over and taking it. But anyways, the point is, good dude. So again, so it's rare that, already I work with two great people. That's awesome. And he's talking about the whole thing, how he came over here and, he's helping. The main reason why he did it is because he wants his kid to have a better future and all that. And, I won't go into great details about that, but I found it really touching. And this is what makes Canada great is, a lot of immigrants come here and make a second life for themselves. That's way better than their first one. Let's be honest. More opportunity, and it's just great. So it's really moving. So again, I've no complaints with him. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But again, the management, holy fuck, I can't stress this enough, guys. If you live there, they don't give two flying fucks about you. And it's because of these two guys are keeping this building in check, It's plain and simple. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. So the morning, starts, and again, I'm going to get... fuck, oh my God, the packages. Oh, I forgot about the fucking packages. But anyways, Christ, I'm getting a headache just thinking about this shit. Anyways, anybody that knows, you've done security at a condo, and if it's a big condo, you got to do a lot of packages and whatever. So let me tell you about this brilliant setup that they got going here. First of all, the reason why I came in, obviously you get more packages during Christmas time, and you're like, okay, I get it. You need someone else to help you out. No worries there. That's where I come in. It's good. It's an easy job. Not going to lie. I mean, I would say out of 8 hours I'm there, I probably do maybe a half hour's worth of actual work. That's why I took the job, okay? So, again, a tip to anybody out there doing security, they want to hire you for that extra person to do packages, take it. You're going to do dick all, trust me. And they're going to fill you up with chocolate and maybe a couple packages here and there because of Christmas. From the residents, you say thank you, and that's it. So, some of these boxes are so big, we got to leave them outside. Okay. And they tell us, don't leave them outside. We're like, well, we can't fit them in the room there. Okay. The room is already packed with a bunch of shit. On top of that, we share the room with these lock boxes that are for realtors. Okay. So basically, this is what happens. And this is how easy you can scam a condominium. Okay. So you go to a condominium, you go to the front desk. Usually you're with somebody, you're going to show someone a condo, oh, this is a place to rent, blah, 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 blah. And you say, hey, I'm a realtor. I'm here to show an apartment, whatever, condo, who cares? You show your realtor's license, everything is on your phone nowadays. So you quickly just show the whatever barcode, you take a quick glance at it if you're a concierge. I mean, let's just be honest. Nobody really looks carefully. You know what I mean? And then, they're allowed to actually go into the room, the mail room, which, by the way, keep in mind, we keep open. Okay? We just put a piece of wood there. And again, this isn't my idea, guys. Again, whoever lives at this building, I mean, forget it. If you have a package or something important, there's a good chance it's gonna, just disappear one day. But yeah, they just latch it open with a piece of wood. Okay, so keep in mind, if neither of us, me or my partner here, are at the desk, it's a fucking mess. I mean, it really is. Like, and I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, okay, you know what? There's cameras there. They'll catch people. But, okay, you'll catch people. How? You know what I mean? Like, okay, like someone could still come in there. You don't know who they are. Oh, give me a description. Oh, they're a white guy. They're tall and thin. And, yeah, he's wearing a blue shirt. And, he's got a beard, sort of, one of those millennials doesn't know how to grow a beard, and you're never going to catch this guy. So, not only is it just a shopping spree with boxes, they got big stuff in the front there, because we can't fit it in the back there. You got realtors coming in and out. They can do whatever the fuck they want. Some of them, they let the people that they're showing the apartments to in. So getting back to these guys, I mean, they could literally, like, we don't know these guys. You know what I mean? There's no actual physical proof, like when a contractor comes in, okay, for the most part, they know who's coming in. You leave a piece of ID with the desk. We give you the key, we just, hopefully you find your way home. And that's it. But again, it's anything's up for grabs, guys. And it's not just this building. Like, I worked at a building one time where we didn't even have a package room. Like, we literally kept packages just behind the desk. And again, if someone leaves to go to the bathroom, hopefully they don't have to go to the 8th floor. But if they go up to the bathroom, all the power to you. You just go behind there. Again, there's a camera. What does that mean? The guy could, go into the car, or girl, who knows? I don't want to sound sexist. Women can be criminals too. And, literally, like, the highway was just right there. So you're gone, seeing Mississauga. And that's it. I mean, it's that simple. You know what I mean? So there's no organization, like, even at this place, like, nobody signs for packages. I worked in places where you have to sign for it digitally or on a piece of paper. What? Like, give me something. Show ID. Nothing. And I get it. You're there for a certain amount of time. The other guy, like, he knows the people and stuff. But, what if I'm just there? I just have to assume it's for them. And even, like I was saying, early one morning, we're working there, just checking packages, whatever. This one woman comes in, okay? Doesn't say a word. Not a word. Comes in the back entrance. Front, back entrance, street entrance, what the fuck you want to call it, who cares? Again, that's another thing. I mean, there's too many escape routes, if you do this shit. So, it just makes it easier for criminals, especially with the mask. Now during COVID, forget it. It's fucking awesome. But anyways, she comes in, kind of tall, Not really. I mean, a little bit, but short blonde hair, very quiet. Doesn't say a word. Nothing. She comes behind the desk where we have all the packages along the wall, the big ones. And she's just looking around, I've never seen her in the building before, but again, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of people in the building. You know what I mean? Like, I'm only there for what? Like, maybe a few weeks at this point, So my buddy's watching her, And then she grabs, like, the biggest box there. The box is pretty much bigger than her, okay? She can barely lift it. She's having trouble even lifting it, whatever. She's kind of dragging it, lifting it towards our elevators. And again, she's not saying anything. We're asking her, like, is this your package? Ma'am, is this your package? I'm one of these people, I just give up after a while. Like, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know. Because I've, worked with, people where they're just like, okay, you know what? We know the person. It's cool. We don't know the person, but just let them take it, whatever. Then, it's a story for everything, Some people, they think they have a package down there and then they flip out. They're on steroids. I'm going to get to that story in a little bit. But the point is, my buddy does not recognize her. He's he's like, ma'am, going around the corner there, the elevator. I'm like, yeah, dude, you okay? You need my help? So he gets very agitated if you interrupt him during online playing, with the Pokemon cards and all that shit. So, this is, and the guy's size, not a good idea. So, and she's, again, still trying to lift the package, dragging it, whatever. And at one point, like, my buddy just, like, literally just blocks her and just says, ma'am, this isn't your package. I don't think this is you. Doesn't say your name. I don't recognize you, But again, she doesn't say anything. She is frozen. I don't know if she's on crack. I don't know if she's on super crack. I don't know. Okay, but she is, like, walking like a zombie almost, very frozen. And again, she just, like, leaves the box there, because she figured, she's not getting past Green Mile. And, I'm sitting there like Tom Hanks, like, you okay? And then she just walks out. Again, doesn't say anything, walks by me, looks at me, gives me, those fucking crystal meth glance, and that's it. And it was freaky. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it was really weird. I mean, but again, I even told my buddy, I said, you know what? You got to give her credit. She didn't say shit. She didn't break down. She didn't, like, say anything. Maybe, it got into her gums, gave her the nummies. She couldn't actually open her mouth to talk. I don't know. But it was fucking hilarious. I mean, it was just so freaky. But again, like, that probably happens all the time, because you hear about it, porch pirates and all that. But I know condo pirates, you rarely see, especially, since you got to know there's cameras in there. But again, whatever. I mean, does it matter? I mean, did we call the cops? No. The point is, it's just not organized there at all. And again, the word organization, it's not there. And I don't blame my buddy. He's got to put up with this. I blame management. I blame the lack of the storage room. I lack, the lacking of, the space in there. How about the lack of, like, respect just for the people that live at the condo? You know what I mean? Like, there's even people that have agreed with me, and like, they'll go by, and like, I remember one woman said, the realtors are allowed to just walk in there, and I go, well, we got, yeah. And keep on, we do have a camera in there, but at the same time, like, I said that to her, and she said, well, who cares? And I go, yeah, I know what you're saying, so, yeah, it's just a fucking mess, man. I mean, it really is. Again, yeah, so if you live at a condo, I mean, make sure, like, like, how your packages are taken care of. Like, even if someone leaves a desk, do they lock the door to the room, to the keys and the packages, and it's just a mess, man. It really is. So, but again, I say this, and I mean this a lot. Those two guys, I'm not going to mention your names. I want to say thank you to both of you guys. You guys made that time pleasurable there. I really do appreciate it. Despite the lack of management. I mean, again, it just I don't like there's no fucking way these people went to school. I mean, there's no way. I don't, But again, like these the management there, if you live there, I feel sorry for you. They don't give two fucks about you. They don't. Keep an eye on your package. Keep an eye on your belongings. Anybody can come up there in the elevator. Assuming the elevator's fixed, they're not using the bullshit excuse, to order a cheap part or cheaper part, for the elevator. It's embarrassing, man. Like, it really is. It is absolutely embarrassing. So, I'm thinking to myself, okay, just again, run out the clock. Let's just do this. I got a week to go. Do this for Christmas Eve, time and a half. Awesome, no problem. So then during that week. Or before that week happens, my buddy says, look, I got some, I guess, good news, bad news, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And I'm like, okay, just fucking tell me. It's cool. He's a straight shooter like me. It's cool. He says, okay, so they don't want you here anymore because, you just make too much common sense. No, he didn't say that. But that's what we're all thinking. But he's like, okay, so we don't want you here or they don't want you here anymore. They want you across the street at the other building. So not only for that week, but for an extra week. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. An extra week, whatever. Cool, of doing nothing, sure. And the first thing I asked him, I'm not going to lie, I said, do you guys have a bathroom that works over there? And like, I don't know, he told me like a day and a half later because I forgot I asked him. I said it in a joking way, but in a way I was like, dude, I need a bathroom. And he was like, yeah, I'll get back to you. And then, day and a half later, he says, yeah, you know what? You're going to be happy about this. They actually have a bathroom that works. I'm like, fucking-lutely. Yeah. Oh, not somewhere, downstairs, my dick is smiling. And we survived, guy. We did it. We survived the horrible management that is this place, and we actually found a bathroom that's ours. I'm going to get a little bit more into that afterwards. So, that's good. No problem. But then I think to myself, okay, so last year you had someone there helping you, especially the last week before Christmas. I mean, that's where all the packages are coming. I mean, before that, I worked there, 3-4 weeks, whatever. So why would they let me go? And keep in mind, no one else is coming in. So it's not like I fucked up or something, It's not like I said, hey, guys, let's lock the door where the potential valuable packages are, Sorry, I don't want to overstep my bounds here. But, So I feel sorry for those two guys now because, I mean, for that weekend, like, they had nobody helping them. Same thing after... whatever, the weekend Boxing Day, obviously people are going to order shit on the weekend. Next week's going to be a pain in the ass, Nobody else came in. They got me at the other building. Does that make any sense, guys? But again, are we seeing a pattern here? Okay? No bathroom. Taking another week and a half to order a simple part for an elevator. And we're talking like an elevator that's maybe 13, 14 years old. I've literally worked at a building where I'm going to say the elevator was probably it's possible maybe from the 60s, maybe 70s. And something goes wrong, boom, someone's there in the next few hours, if not the next day. So, the trifecta of the cheapness is they want to save money. Like, how embarrassing is that, guy? I mean, it's so bad. Like, you think about the concept of renting a condo, which to me, I've never understood, simply because, like, if you save up a little bit more, you can get a house and that is yours. I mean, condo, I guess, is yours, but you still have to pay utility fees and all this. And you got to worry about all these other, jerk offs that you live with. And, in this case, the elevators and, bathrooms that don't work, and, it's just like the level of cheapness, man. I'm telling you, between this, man, it's one of the cheapest buildings I've ever seen in my life. Like, it is just It's horrible. It is absolutely horrible, and I feel sorry for those two guys, and I hope they survived it. I hope they're okay, but it's just, I don't get it. I don't get it. So that was the end of that, guys. And then onward and upward, across the streets, where I get to go meet two other new people, or so I thought. And yeah, I go over there. Literally the difference of night and day. You go in there, it's beautiful. The only thing that threw me off, though, is literally there, like when you're going up the stairs inside, there's a patch of fake grass. And like you think to yourself, okay, like, is that where dogs shit or something? Or has that ever happened? Apparently it's never happened, which I still don't believe. But I mean, that's the only weird thing that throws me off about the place. But other than that, it looks brand spanking new. Beautiful. Nice wallpaper. And get this, guys. Okay? No bullshit. They actually have a toilet that works. Jesus. I'm telling you. And it's a beautiful bathroom, too. I'm not going to lie. Very spacious. Sink and a toilet. That's all I need. I'm a simple guy. I don't need a bidet. I had one of my jerk-off friends turn it on one day and he got splashed in the face with it. It was fucking hilarious. But anyways, beautiful toilet too. Good size. Okay, it's even got the little, like me personally, guys, like I'm not gonna lie to you. Like again, I talked about this during my podcast, whatever. Like when I flush, I use my foot. But same thing when I take a piss in the toilet too. Like I use my foot, I lift up the lid with my foot, and then there you go. And beautiful automatic flush. Who doesn't love the automatic flush? Oh my God, it's just powerful, Fuck yeah. And on the toilet seat, it had like a little handle, like not handle, but like kind of like a curvature, whatever. Like so a little bit of like a little bit more, for your hand, or in my case, foot. And it sounds like I'm really geeking out on this toilet. But again, you have to understand how painful this was at the last building. My dick was going to fucking explode. There was a fire drill, whatever. And I'm lucky I caught it just in time, the elevator. Because as I'm taking a piss, I hear... And I'm like, motherfucker. I can't even have 15 seconds. Me and my dick can't have 10 seconds. So, and then of course, you got to take down the stairs, which I did a lot, by the way, because the elevators were so fucked for a while that it was like, I refused to climb upstairs. Fuck that. I don't care. I don't care what you're paying me. I'll go down the stairs. That's fine. That's way easier. I always think, I'm going to reference Ghostbusters again. Remember when they had to go up all those stairs? And I get it, 7, 8 floors. You fat fuck. Just go up there. You fucking asshole. Go fuck yourself. I'm not doing it. So, downstairs, cool. Upstairs, fuck it. So, it was funny too when he did the announcements, Hello, the fire drill is okay now. Everything is secure. I was laughing my ass off when he did that. And again, I try not to do the Indian voice, but whatever, fuck. It works. I don't know, guys. What do you want? I grew up with The Simpsons, Apu. I don't know. For some reason, after 30 years, then they consider that racist. I don't know. This is the kind of stupid world we live in. But anyways, yeah. So again, I was geeking out. I was like, this is beautiful, The guy I worked with there for the first shift, good guy. Good guy. I even made a joke. It's like a skinny version of the guy that I worked with last time. It's good dude. Very chill. Can't say anything bad about him. I can't. Good guy. It is what it is. That's it. It's good. Very good. Second guy comes along. He's good too. Nothing wrong with him. He was able to work with a do-rag on. And again, what's funny? It's like when a black guy wears a do-rag, I'll just say this. Like me personally, I don't give two shits. If you want to put a cardboard box on your head, if you can walk around, cool, whatever. I'm just saying, it's just funny because, like, first of all, and I never got the chance to do this. You'll see why later. I wanted to actually buy a do-rag and, like, wait for him to go to the bathroom and then, like, put it on and just see if he, just see how he would react, like, if I wore it. Which would be cool because it's the first time I ever wore a do-rag. But, but again, it's... I was surprised because usually you can't wear hats or whatever. Or I guess that's but again, like if you're like you don't want to be that one white guy to say something. And again, I'm that one white guy. I don't give a fuck. Just show up on time and don't smell. And he really didn't. He really didn't smell. I mean, sometimes he come like back from the gym and whatever, and he had like the musk whatever. But again, it's not as bad as that. Oh fuck, dude, that one UPS guy that came. Holy shit. That guy, Pepe Le fucking Pew, man. Like one of those smells where, like you tell he didn't shower for 4 or 5 days. Easily. Ate a lot of spices. Easily. And that's another tip of advice I can give to any security guard out there. Always have a thing of Axe, okay? If you don't like Axe, I don't blame you, okay? I don't mind. There's certain kinds, they're okay. The Anarchy one, the blue one, I think that's the best one. But, you never know when one of these stinkers are going to come in and literally like they come in there and it's just like a trail, you can almost see it in the air, and again, I have to stress this when you work security, please shower often, please shower every day if you can. Just, I get it, the hydro bill, whatever, you got to shower, man. Laundry, that's a key thing, I don't know. I don't want to get too personal with the underwear, but I'm just saying, just do what you got to do. Okay, please. You work with someone, make sure you don't smell. That's all I'm saying. He was fine though. And again, good guy. Had good conversations about sports. Yeah, he's got a podcast. It's on Spotify. What the fuck is it called? The Corner, spelled with a K. Very good. Very motivational shit. You know what I mean? Like, very good. I like it. If you got a chance, check it out. I mean, listen to my shit first. But, listen to his after, I mean, the guy's like a preacher almost, I would have thought he's Muslim, like the way he moves and, it was almost, it was powerful but scary at the same time. But, again, very good guy. So again, like 4 people, I work with that are great, which is so rare. Like I'm telling you, ask anybody in security. It is fucking rare. Absolutely rare. It really is, So again, like this building, more organized with the packages. They got a bathroom that actually works. That's on the first floor. It was great. It really was. Everything was going great. Until yesterday. It was all good just a week ago. No. But in this case, it was all good until yesterday. Now, the Monday after Boxing Day, you're thinking, fuck, man, we're going to get a shit ton of packages. Nothing. Got like maybe 10 packages. And now I'm thinking to myself, fuck, man, this is the calm before the storm. So, I go in there the next day and, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, this is where, God doesn't want to spoil me that much. So I had to work with this one woman, because the other guy, the first guy is not there. He took some time off, whatever, and I mean, this one woman, holy fuck. I mean, see, this is why I did the cunt podcast, because again, I need a word between bitch and cunt, like one is too little, one is too much. I mean, the point is, she was just useless. Absolutely useless. I mean, like there were times literally like she did nothing and she'd get very agitated. Like the first time I showed up there, I was a little bit late because of the, Tim Hortons next door there. And holy fuck, I mean, that's a fucking disaster too. I don't know. Like you fill out the survey on the receipt, I'm there weeks. Are you really going to forget this guy, that looks like Jack Black, Kevin James, and Vince Vaughn had a baby? Come on. And, like she's all agitated. She's all like, jittery and, you're never going to show up. Where's that? Holy fuck, shut the fuck up. And, she does nothing. She's sitting there. First of all, her wrist is broken. Okay, so I don't know how. Like if something is broken on you, like can you work security or sprained or whatever? Like she had the bracelet on her, and I'm like, dude, you can't work if you're doing that, right? Like what if you have to like defend yourself or something from crazy person who wants a package? Again, I'll get into that later. So she's just looking out the window at certain parts of the day, and when I say certain parts of the day, I mean pretty much the whole shift. I mean she's just like, I don't know, maybe she was wondering about a better life, and I don't know. I had a feeling she was on medication too. I don't know, the way she acted all, shaky and shit. And I don't know, the guy made a joke about having booze at one of the delivery guys, and she's like, I wish I had some right now. I'm like, yeah, that's what you need. And, like we're working with this piece of work, holy fuck, I'm just completely useless, She had no idea what to do, and, she's like, I put in a package. I'm like, what do you want, a cookie? Fuck off. So, I like all these packages start coming in on Amazon, and I'll tell you something, that Bezos, man, there's a reason why that guy's a millionaire, I think billionaire, I'm saying fucking billionaire, but billions cannot buy hair. So, I must have did like at least 150 packages by myself, but that's cool. That's my job, But at the same time, we help each other, She didn't want to. She goes at one point like, oh, I can log a few things. I'm like, well, yeah, I got to check them first. I got to mark them. Got to put them in the back. I got to, make sure this is a package, parcel, box, blah, blah, blah. A whole bunch of shit before. I'm like, well, do it after. She's like, okay. Yeah, just keep there sitting doing nothing, bitch. So, I'm like doing all this shit, separating everything, making everything easier for everybody. I'm like, cool, no worries. And then I give her the list after, and she goes, what's this? And I go, it's what you said you were going to do, the list. And she's like, oh, I can't read this. I don't want to fuck up. Yeah, well, you do it. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? Yeah. She's like, yeah, I'm like, all right, fine. But from now on, something happens, okay? And I mean anything other than not involving mail, that's your problem. And I told her straight out. She's like, yeah, okay. I'm like, yeah, okay. So, I'm at the desk by myself because, I don't know, again, she'll disappear like for 10, 15 minutes and whatever. And, I don't know what she's doing. Again, maybe she's taking her pill. I don't know what the fuck. Who knows? But, people are coming up to the desk. Oh, I need a parking pass. I need this. I need access to this. I'm like, nope, I can't help you. First of all, I couldn't even help you even if I wanted to because there's only one set of keys there. For some reason, I don't know, they're really tight about the, I don't know what they call it. Like people come in and do technician keys, whatever. I don't know, they won't release them unless he's actually there. So you got one set of keys for two people, which again is already a disaster. God, I just remember this. Speaking of disasters, so I never met the midnight guy that works at the current one I'm at, and apparently, so get this, and I swear to God, this is true, no bullshit. Again, good luck to all the people if something goes down at midnight and you have this guy guarding you. He's 73. Okay, now I'm not against ageism. How would you say that? Racism and age mixed together? Ageist? No? Okay. Fuck it. So, but 73, like when you work, like, that was like Trump's age when he was president, right? I mean, you can't be in charge of shit, like when you're that old. Like, no offense, man. I'm just, I'm just being honest. Like, so, and of all shifts, he works the midnight shift, so 11 to 7, the people in the building are guarded by only one person. They do have a patrol guard on weekends. I'm going to get to that in a bit. That's even funnier. But 73 years old. And I'm like, I even go to the one guy. I'm like, do you ever come in and the guy's sleeping? He's like, all the time. So apparently he's very moody. I don't know. I can't imagine that, an old Indian guy being moody. But the point is, it's just... it's fucking hilarious. Like, and then, so what happens is like, and then I worked on the one Friday there. Like I said, they have a patrol guard. And like this little woman comes in. I mean, she's like the size of my leg. And she goes in the back there. And I go to my buddy. I'm like, who's this? You know? And she, oh, there's a patrol guard. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Okay. You know, and she's like, he's laughing because like, you know, I was expecting somebody normal size. I mean, she's like still in school, 19, 20, whatever. She's sitting there, you know, she's like this little girl, you know, whatever. And, you know, like me and my buddy are talking sports. She's just sitting there saying nothing. And again, I'm thinking to myself, and I even said this to my buddy. I said, so you got a, you know, old man River guarding us at night, and you have her Fridays and Saturdays. And again, I'm not trying to sound sexist here, guys, but just think about it. I mean, this woman is like literally 5 feet. She's got like, you know, big glasses, doesn't look like that big of a threat, maybe 70 pounds soaking wet. This is the woman who's going to, you know, do patrols on Fridays and Saturdays. Keep in mind, she's going to go down in underground parking lots, okay? 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., you know, it's the worst time, whatever. God help her if shit goes down. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, what if that was your daughter and you got to worry about that? I mean, she's going to school and you got to worry about, like, her, you know, doing all this shit, you know, like, and doing all these patrols and, like, what's going to stop anybody? You know what I mean? Like, dude, it is fucked up, man. I don't know. But again, you're seeing a pattern with this company and the management and nobody gives a fuck, you know. But the 4 guys I work with, they're all good, you know, like, they're good dudes. They really are, you know. So, you know. So, anyways, going back to the package lady and the, you know, the useless Mother Hubbard here, you know. So people are just coming by, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing any of this. Fuck off, you know. And then people are coming by for packages, and oh, ladies and gentlemen, if you get anything out of this podcast, okay. Anything out of this podcast or anything I've even said in any of these podcasts I've said, period. Okay. I have to say this. Okay. Ladies, gentlemen, if you live in a condo and if you got something through the mail, doesn't matter. Could be Canada Post, FedEx, UPS, Amazon, Purelator, or other. It doesn't matter. Okay. The package is in the building when we send you, the resident, a notice. Again, Jeff Bezos, if I ever meet you, we're gonna have to go one-on-one here for a little bit, okay? Because, you know, you gotta make this shit clear to everyone else, okay? But I'm gonna do my best here, so just hold up, okay? We're both bald. Let's just be patient. Now, again, if you get a notice from Amazon saying that your package is sent, that doesn't mean we have it. It does not mean we have it. I cannot stress this enough. So, perfect example. Let's say someone comes to the desk and they say, oh, actually, wait, you know what? That's something that always pisses us off too, okay? No one's got the balls to say it, okay? If you come to the desk and go, is there anything for whatever number you live in, okay? I'm just going to be straight up with you. Fuck off, okay? We're not your slaves, okay? We take care of the packages and we'll send you a notice. That means it's here. Don't expect us to wait in the back, go in the back, look for shit, look on the computer, look for shit. It's not our job, okay? You should know that your package is here or not. You will get a notice from us, okay? We're not going to waste time for nothing. Actually, that's something else that happened over there at the other building I worked at before. This one woman comes there, and she's, oh, I know the package is here. I know the package. It's not in the system. It's not showing up under her name. Nothing is back there. We even double checked. Nothing. Oh, I know it's here. I know it's here. Oh, these fucking Karens. Listen, it's not here. 20 minutes we wasted on one person. There's a lineup. Everyone's pissed off, you know, but they're millennials, you know, they're not going to actually get pissed off, you know what I mean? I mean, God bless them. But, you know, still, like, we're just wasting time here, okay? If it's not there in the system, it's not here. Plain and simple. That's it. So, let's say if you come into the desk and say, Is there anything under thing? We don't care. We don't care. Listen, I'm speaking for everybody now, okay? I don't give a shit. We don't care. We do not give a fuck, okay? You know what that means? That means that you're so lazy, you can't even look at your email, you can't even look at your own phone and see if there's a package there, okay? So shame on you. Again, we're not your slaves, okay? We're here to provide a little bit of a service, okay? And a lot of these old people, no offense, at these buildings, okay, they think, they still think it's like 1962, like afterwards we're going to get your package, we're going to shine your shoes. That shit ain't happening, okay? Know that your package is here. You know how you know? I'll tell you. Come up to the desk, okay? At this point, we all got cell phones, right? Hopefully, if you're a drug dealer, you got a couple. So you look on your phone, you check your email, see if you got a notice from that building you live in, from your building. A package is waiting for you at the desk. That's when you know the package is here. If Amazon sends you something and said it's on its way, it means dick all. It basically means that it's in your city. Hopefully. Okay? And it hasn't arrived yet. And again, if you see packages outside and we're checking them, and we haven't registered them in the computer, again, they're not ready. They are not ready. Okay? Because what's going to happen is we're going to be checking shit. You're going to go behind our backs and take a package without telling us. We might even have it written down already on our piece of paper that we're going to check into the computer. And then later on, we're going to go, where's the package? What the fuck happened? So again, I can't stress this enough, okay? If you want to be a bitch, cunt, asshole, super dick, it's up to you. But suffer the consequences. But if you want to be an actual human being, a good human being that lives in a condo, wait till you get the notice from the desk. Okay? I can't make this any more clear. Okay? If you want to get a translator for this podcast, go for it. But I'm telling you, the package is not there unless you get, that's right, a notice from us. Ladies and gentlemen, when I had to deal with this clusterfuck of a day yesterday, dealing with 150 packages by myself, because somebody decided to take an extra pill so she could look out the window, and God knows what the fuck she's seeing. Again, literally, like she just looks out the window, and there's nothing out the window. Nothing. She's looking out the window. I go outside sometimes to have a smoke, just to get the fuck away from her. And you know what that means.
Wait a minute, this love started off so tender, so sweet. And now she got me smoking out the window.
I feel your pain, guys. This bitch. Oh, Jesus. Oh, this bitch.
This bitch got me paying the rent. You wanna see a dead body? Instrumentals from my mama's Christmas party. Troubles on my mind. I still smell crime. My little brother trying.
This bitch got me paying the rent. This bitch had me fucking crazy all fucking day, just breaking balls one after another. I couldn't fucking take it. I tell you. Thank you. Anyways, so I've already told you what you have to do in order to get your package and make sure that the package is actually there so you don't waste my time, your time, or anybody's time. But some people are so stubborn They're just so set in their ways that they automatically think that their shit does not stink and their package will just magically show up because it's not in the system, but we must be wrong. And I'll give you that. Sometimes we are wrong, but for the most part, we know exactly what the fuck we're doing. So, of course, 3 people come down. They're just assuming everything. So I just break it down very quickly. I go, let me guess, package, package, package. I go, what's your problem? He goes, package. Did you get an email from us? No. Where'd you get the email from? Amazon. It's not here. You. Where's the package? It's not here. No? Didn't get an email from us, right? Shocker. Next. Yes, I did get an email from you, and it's unit whatever. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the third person is by far the best person out of the 2. But of course, the other 2 don't want to acknowledge that they're wrong. They just want to keep it going. Instead, they're going to play the "you're rude" card, or "the package is still here and you must be at fault" card. But of course it's not. You know why? Because I show them the screen and I tell them it's not here. It's not in the back, and then they just leave. And of course, when they're down the hallway, pussyfooting all the way home, thinking I look like a total jackass for not acknowledging my faults, they start bitching and complaining to themselves. Like even one guy says, "Oh, I hope you have a better day than you're having now because you're being very mean and rude." You know, and I'm like, dude, I'm not the chicken shit walking away. Now at this point, I'm like, you know what? I don't give 2 fucks about this job. You can see all the shit I've built up so far here. I just gotta get the fuck out of here. So I'm like, you know what? You know, I'm basically Eddie Murphy in the barbershop in Coming to America. I'm like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Who's next? That's it. Like, I just want to get the fuck out of there. But you cannot collect unemployment if you quit. You have to get fired. Another good safety tip from Michael. So, I'm just telling people off. I don't give a shit. I really don't. Honestly, at this point, I don't care. I want to get the fuck out of here. I'm like, you know what? You're a rude bitch. You're stupid. Go fuck yourself. I don't care. You know, again, it's the holidays. I don't care. I just don't care. I don't care. They're calling me rude. They're swearing at me, calling me an asshole. And keep in mind, like, I said all my shit after they say their shit. I'm one of these people where I don't start anything with anybody. But if you let those force fields down, ooh, that is, you know, first of all, it's just plain stupid. But then again, there's a lot of stupid people out there. The worst person I've heard that you can get into a fight with, a verbal fight, is a comedian. Now, again, I don't consider myself a true comedian in the sense, you know, I haven't done that much time on stage. You know, I've done the Second City thing, a little bit of stand-up, whatever. But I know what I'm doing. And anybody that knows me, they know that. On top of that, I'm a stubborn Aries. And I'm European. And I'm a Leaf fan. So I don't back down for shit. So, of course, you know, this is just going on and on. Everyone's saying they're going to complain. You're this, you're that, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a fuck. I'm like, if I'm not asked to go in the next half hour, I'm, you know, again, I can't leave. But I'll be just shocked. Let's just say that. So, a perfect opportunity comes. This guy comes down, okay? And this guy, he's built like a brick house, okay? He's a big, muscular guy. But he's not that muscular. He's muscular in the sense where you could tell he eats a lot, you know? But, like, he's still muscular, you know what I mean? But he's not ripped, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like he'll buy, like 2 extra sizes small, like the sweaters, just to show off his shit, you know, because he's a douche. And, you know, I'm thinking, okay, this, you know, is he on something? You know, he seems a little agitated. Again, he's just breaking balls, you know. There's 6 packages in the system. 4 of them came today. We got them all for him. Then he says there's more packages. I'm thinking where? I mean, did Santa leave him on the roof? I mean, I don't know. Like, what do you do at this point? And again, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. If he challenges me, I'll challenge him. And he starts calling me a fat fuck, and then of course, opens the floodgates. So I'm like, sir, your steroid problem has nothing to do with me. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. If it looks like a bite-sized Mars bar when you take a piss, that's your problem, not mine. Please don't take your insecurities out on me. At this point, he's shocked, because he's probably used to, beating up people and, I don't know, going through many stepfathers. And, I'm not that one. But just for shits and gigs, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty sure he was on steroids. I mean, there were points where he would show a lot of these problems that I'm about to show here for taking steroids. So let's just read them off here. Increased appetite, weight gain, changes in mood. That's a big one. Because at one point, this guy, like, he would do the thing where, I don't know if you've ever seen like a big guy do this, where it's almost as if like they want to fight you, but then they start hitting themselves like in the chest and head, and they're like, ooh, you're just so, ooh, ooh. Like, and he was doing that, and I'm like, fuck, I've only seen this shit in douchebag Fast and Furious movies, and and I'm like, this is is this really happening? And plus on top of that, he had a whole haircut like LeBron. I'm like, dude, just be brave like me, shave your head. He he didn't like that one. That was funny. Muscle weakness, blurred vision. That's definitely helpful here because he couldn't see that he had all 6 packages in front of him. Increased growth of body hair. A little bit. Easy bruising. I'm assuming that means his attitude. Lower resistance to infection. Swollen, puffy face. A little bit. He kind of, he was a little puffed out. I mean, I don't know. Like I'm not saying he looked like DJ Academics, but there's something there. Acne. Osteoporosis, bone weakening disease. If you meet his girlfriend afterwards, you'll see how that applies. Onset of or worsen of diabetes. Onset of or worsen of high blood pressure. Forget it. Stomach irritation. Nervousness. Relentlessness. That's a big one. Those are 2 big ones right there. Absolutely. Yep, that was... he's got problems. Difficulty sleeping. With hair like that, I wouldn't imagine. Cataracts or glaucoma. And water retention swelling. Ladies and gentlemen, I've never seen someone who literally looked like they might have been stuffing water balloons under their facata sweater. But the point is, that's my new favorite word right now, so I'm going to use the fuck out of it. The point is, this guy was just all over the place. And he kept like tempting me too. He's like, well, why don't you come over the counter and fight you? And I don't know if, he wanted to fight me or as a gay gesture. I don't know. I just don't want to take a chance. So, and then I think his wife was down there before that. And she's, giving me shit about you're being rude and blah, 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 blah. And you should shut the fuck up. And I go, no, you shut the fuck up. And she's like, pardon me? I go, you're not shutting the fuck up. So then, of course, these 2 masterful human beings are together. Is it an arranged marriage? Who knows? I don't know. Are they arranged to ruin my day? Absolutely. But I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to roll with it. Who cares? It's all good. Worst case scenario, I'm out of here. I can catch the Raptor game. It's all good. So, yeah, and that's basically what happened. I mean, she eventually complained and blah, 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 blah. And then, of course, I get the call and, I'm having fun. I'm not going to lie. I mean, she kept bugging me about my mask coming off and on. I'm like, well, like we're moving around here. We're in the back here, with the packages, She doesn't care. She's she acts like her shit doesn't stink. And we all know, that kind of couple, especially, a steroid poop, we know it's gonna, we know what's gonna go down here. Also, too, he kept calling me a twit, which is funny because, it's just funny, seeing, a really big guy use, a really weak word. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you twit. Oh, you twit. And I'm like, are you serious? I kept laughing at him. And you could tell the guy wanted to jump the counter, but I don't know. He didn't want to pop a balloon. But, yeah, I was just laughing. And it's funny, too, because, at one point, she's like, I'm going to get you fired. I'm like, honey, please do. And yeah, I said honey, okay? Fuck off. I'm Italian, okay? I don't think, I'll be honest with you, I don't think anyone's called this woman honey in a very long time, okay? It's pretty obvious that these two are definitely in some kind of abusive relationship. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying she looked bruised up, but I don't know. I think there's a reason why she was wearing long sleeves that day. The point is, when the package is here, we'll let you know. It's not a conspiracy. We're not in the back, opening packages and fucking playing with them, eating your food and, guys, get over it. You know what I mean? It's just sick. It really is, at this point, I'm like, oh my God, I just want to go home. And then, I got the call from the guy who promised me a job. And he says, just go home. I'm like, dude, thank you. I love you. Thank you very much. And I'm so excited as I'm leaving. And then I'm looking at her and she's like, why is he so excited? He's trying to I definitely fucked up her world. And I don't know, the guy's mad because, his protein shake melted. And, it's a beautiful day. Honestly, it ended up being great. I just wanted to go home, chill. And here's the irony of it all. I got to do some extra shopping. And as I'm going home, I arranged to pick up a package online from a guy, whatever. And he said he wouldn't fit in the mail slot. And as I'm walking to my door, I see a guy at the door trying to shove an envelope in the mail slot, and I'm like, are you the guy I talked to? He's like, yeah, that's it. I was like, perfect. He's like, I told you it wouldn't fit. I'm like, dude, this couldn't have worked out fucking more perfect. Really think about the timing of it all. I didn't know exactly the time I was gonna get let go, be after done shopping, get my spring rolls. Just everything worked out perfect. So, was it a shit job? Absolutely. Am I gonna ever run into Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Jasmine again? I don't know. Who knows? Whole new world. A world of places where I don't have to deal with packages anymore. Fuck you both. Fuck the woman I worked with before. Pop another pill. That'll make your ex come back. Point is, guys, I am done with these two buildings. It is just insane. Absolutely insane. I feel sorry for the people that work there, not for the two jerk-offs and the woman I worked with. It's the four guys. They're awesome. You guys are good. I'm gonna buy a do-rag now. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do it. Ever since I saw that episode of Atlanta, and then the guy took it off at the end there, and his hair was all shiny and wavy there. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I could pull that shit off. But the point is, if you work at a condo, you got to be patient. I mean, that is if you want to stay there. If not, then do exactly what the fuck I did. But tell people, we don't have your package. We're not keeping it. If it's here, you can have it. And if you live at one of these condos, I just feel sorry for you. But be patient with our staff, okay? Because we work our asses off. Like I said, I do all the packages by myself. Because Dina Lohan here wanted to, have too many drinks here. And it's just sad. It really is. So, what can I say, guys? This is going to be the last one I do. Fuck no. But in the future, I just want to tell people, have a happy new year. And I hope the world that you grew up in, or at least the condo you grew up in, you don't have to put up with assholes like these. And if you do, what can I tell you? At least be nice to the staff. Because if you're nice to us, we'll be nice to you. So once again, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. This might be the worst job I've ever... Listen, again, I can't stress this enough, okay? We don't have your fucking package, okay? Again, if you get the notice from us, that means the package is there. I can't stress this enough, okay? Actually, you know what? Here, let me get my MC Hammer microphone here. Hold on. I got this at a Coca-Cola Christmas party once. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Hold on. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Okay. Hold on. Let's just... Fuck, this guy made fucking money off everything. Okay. Anyways, once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you live at a condo, okay? If you live at a condo and you are expecting a package, you will get a notice from us. If Amazon sends you something, it is complete bullshit. Bezos is lying to you. It is not here yet. It is in the general vicinity, but we don't have it. Once you get an email from us, you can come down to the desk, not be on steroids, not be a cunt, and get your package. And that, ladies and gentlemen, might be the worst job I've ever had. Part 6.